Hello, Snapmap community. It's Z-Manzilla here. Now is the time to do the forbidden experiment. I just went to the review queue today just for poops and giggles, and I happen to notice that there is a grand total of 12 maps in the review queue. I can't remember the last time the review queue was that barren, and it's just come to my I'm at the point now where I'm like, the Snapmap community is drying up. It is. We got to be honest with ourselves. I still enjoy it. I still have some fun with it, but by and large, there's not going to be too many more opportunities for people to go big. And the one thing that's always sort of gotten to me is you go to this community spotlight section here. I want to show you something. Before I tell you what what it is I'm planning on doing here, I got to point out some stuff. The map that most people know me for, Devil City Ransom. Here it is, right? Now, I've allowed myself to be proud of the fact that if you look at the numbers here, let's take a look, when you look at the upvotes, downvotes, number of plays and all that stuff here, if you look at all of the other maps here in the community spotlight section, you're going to see that only one of them comes close to the number of plays, and that's Eye of Horus with 221,000. I've had 193,000 plays. If you go through and you look at all the likes, I've got the highest number of likes of all of them. That includes Eye of Horus. I think it's pretty fair to say Devil City Ransom is a pretty popular map. And then you look in some of the other sections, like you go to single player, right? You go to the single player section, Devil City Ransom's on the first page. I'm very proud of that. You go to bosses, and Devil City Ransom first slot. I've beat Eye of Horus and Terragrithius Chamber for crying. I beat Psychotron. He literally built a custom geo boss for that, and I fooled around with some hazard spawners, and boom, I've beat Psychotron on the bosses page. Custom geo, I'm rolling with people like Void Runner and Pig Dog and all these, Taylorhead and all these great guys, and custom geo, I'm in the number one spot for the custom geo section, and then on a whim, popular maps, this horrible broken list that's been around since the very beginning. I'm on page 2, which, is, if you know about this page, man, it's tough to get anywhere within, I'm on page 2 of that. So, I feel like I have, all bragging aside, I feel like I have accomplished quite a bit. But, like I said earlier, my main thing, the thing I love doing in Snapmaps, is experimentation. And there's one experiment. There is an experiment that a very small number of people can even do. And of those people, there's an even smaller section of people who would be insane to do that experiment. And in my head, I've thought about it for months, and I've called it the forbidden experiment. And I'm about to do it right now. Here's the forbidden experiment. Now, as we all know, the featured page has not been updated in years. It has been doing this for years. I have personally advocated that there be more maps on this page. I have personally advocated for years that I'm sick of seeing Devil City Ransom on this page. I feel like other people deserve to have a shot at it. But, nobody's listening over there. This entire project's been abandoned for years. And so the featured page has stood like this for years. And I have often wondered, and here's where the forbidden experiment comes in, I have often wondered what would happen to the feature page if one of the maps in it got unpublished. I have gone ahead under my section here, and I have downloaded a copy of the current build of Devil City Ransom as a backup, alright, and will be, republishing it basically as soon as I'm able. So it'll get put back up. It won't have all the numbers and stuff like that. It won't have it won't have the reporting But that's another reason I'm doing this video. So we're going to take one more look at time just before the Forbidden Experiment. Devil City Ransom enjoyed over 193,000 plays with 67,544 upvotes and 7,434 downvotes. Over 2,000 subscribers, 2,349. Map ID LQQT82M5, which is in moments, depending on how this experiment goes, going to be an unvalid map ID. And let's go ahead and take a look at that global leaderboard. Who are we commemorating here? Here are your top 14 players. Oh, heck, why don't we scroll down and see if we can... Who else we got on there? Nobody I recognize. This is amazing. But, you know, given the number of times that the page has been reset, it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. But here we go. There's your top 25 right there. Top 25 scores at time of the Forbidden Experiment. Right there. Note the gold stars, bosses, custom geo, single player, survival, and story are my 5 featured gold stars on that one. And currently, this is, as of this moment, it's accessible from the Community Spotlight spot and the featured section right here, where if you click on it, we're going to go ahead and click on it, show you what expected behavior is when everything's working normal. All part of the experiment, the Forbidden Experiment. We are connecting. And there it is. We're ready to start the game and everything. I mean, obviously, we're not going to do that. But, as you can see, clicking on it from the feature page goes straight to that one. Well, here it is. I am very curious to know what happens if you unpublish a featured map on Snapmap. Let's see what happens. There it is. All right. Forbidden Experiment, go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpublish. Yes. Let's see what happens. All right. Devil City Ransom has just been unpublished. Now, first things first. Let's see what happens when we go to the feature section. All right, it's still there. So it's still Devil City Ransom still shows up on the featured page. Let's see if we can click on it. There was an error. So it doesn't take the map off the featured page because it must be an independent link. It must be just completely independent. Okay, so there was an error, so it can't connect anymore. So if we go to play, go to the Community Spotlight section, Devil City Ransom should be missing. And it is. Devil City Ransom is missing. Yeah, that's what happens. It eliminates the map from everywhere else, you know, like as normal, but that featured page is a completely different page. And part of me wonders if that's what was going on with the whole community spotlight thing. Like, that required actual manpower to maintain, right? So, let's see. We're going to publish. Boop. Devil City Ransom. That's a joke. Reloaded. Reloaded. No changes whatsoever. I just gave it a different title. All right, this is the new map ID for the official Devil City Ransom. YENL2BWM, currently sitting with 0 plays, 0 upvotes, 0 downvotes. Why don't you go in there and be the first person to get a high score on it?